You ever be sitting around going, hey, remember that band, the Ultimate United Givers of Themes from like 20 years ago? They should do a podcast or something.
Here it is.
This is a podcast for the Ultimate United Givers of Themes.
That's us.
And we're also known as TUUGOF.
We're the band we were talking about.
We're gonna talk about the movies that we rewrote all the themes for. We're watching some movies and complaining about things, cause we want our themes in these damn movies. But we don't think Hollywood has the damn guts to deal with how real our themes are. We don't think the themes from all these movies cut the mustard good enough, and we could do a better job. So we rewrote the themes, and now they're better themes, and now this is a podcast where you listen to us talk about our themes. Okay, here we go, let's podcast.
Hey, everybody, this is the theme for The Man Who Wasn't There. I love this song. Got some sweet old-time piano coming in here.
Johnny Polito. He's the man who wasn't there. 'Cause he thinks you tried cleaning his neato. He's the man who wasn't there. Gonna kill the soprano. Kill the soprano. Kill the soprano. Gonna kill the soprano. Well, F.R. answers McDormand. She's accounted for the liquor. She makes him shave her legs off. She's accounted for the liquor. She says, here's to your fucking cherry. She's accounted for the liquor.
Spoiler alert.
She hangs herself in a jail cell. She's accounted for the liquor. Gonna kill the soprano.
All right, yeah,
Oh, man.
there's a little taste of one of my favorite themes, The Man Who Wasn't There.
Now that theme, previous recordings of that theme, it was a more of a faster hard rocker, wasn't it? Or at least we played it like that once or twice.
Yeah, I mean, well, we were probably pretty loaded up.
yeah, we were- yeah.
On booze.
Yeah.
Just booze.
I tell you, Fran McDormand is smoking hot in this movie. Smoking. And she is also smoking cigarettes.
Not to just objectify her beauty, or no, compliment her beauty. We weren't objectifying her because we're about to say this. Smoking hot performance. Is that what you just said?
It was sort of similar, but you know, I mean, you're always going to get a great performance from Fran McDormand.
She is possibly the greatest actor.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, I am hard pressed to think of anyone alive who I am more impressed with.
Sure.
As an actor.
I would say my favorite, like my favorite actors maybe aren't necessarily the best. They're good.
Yeah.
But you know, I think Fran, I think Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
I think Javier Bardem. I think they're like the best actors around.
Yeah.
Dan Day-Lewis.
Yeah, Dan Day-Lewis, but he quit.
He quit acting. He
Yeah,
was
he-
like,
he
I'm
went out on
I'm
top.
gonna phantom thread the fuck out of here.
He
baby.
went out on top.
For some reason, when I think of The Man Who Wasn't There, I always forget that Jim Gandolfini's in it.
Yeah, killed
I
the
don't know
soprano,
why.
man.
And I know he's in it.
Yeah.
He's is his name Nerdlinger? Is he like, I know he runs Nerdlingers, but is it like actually his store? I can't remember.
I think he runs the store, but I don't know if he is. No, his wife's Ann Nerdlinger.
Ann Nerdlinger,
yeah.
right,
And
right,
his
right,
name
right,
is
right,
Tony
right.
Sopranos.
Yeah, and Frances
added the
McDormand
S.
is
They added
going
the
to
S.
become the comptroller,
Yeah.
not State Comptroller Atkins.
No,
obviously.
because very few are that, except for Otto.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a good picture.
This is a great picture, man.
Who shot this? Deakins? I think
Yeah, Deakins
Deakins shot this.
Deakins definitely shot this, and And speaking about, I don't know about his whole oeuvre, but Bob Thornton is he can be very great.
I think he's a great actor.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Don't love all of his projects.
I guess that's what I was going to say. He's made a lot of poo movies.
Sure.
Like movies that would rather you'd rather watch poo than watch the movie.
He's so good in that other movie of theirs that he's in Intolerable Cruelty. My God, he's good in that.
Yeah, he literally chews the scenery.
He does chew the
or the props.
He chews the scene. That's where he chew. Yeah, that should be a saying. Chew the props. I'm just gonna hang out and kind of just chew the props for a while.
But speaking of Tony Soprano, who is the name of the character, it was Tony Sopranos is the name of the character that that he plays in this movie. They added the S so it wouldn't be confusing. But I've been listening to this podcast that some of the guys of the Sopranos do, and they were talking about how even after Sopranos ended, if Tony Sopranos wanted to go make something else, HBO would pay him money to not do it.
Right. They were locking him down.
And I guess he also had some kind of development deal with them or something like that. But I guess he was supposed to replace Michael Scott on The Office. Which I did hear about that. I tuned out those last couple of years of The Office, but I guess Jimmy Spader ended up playing the part instead, and it was some kind of really intimidating. But
I think he was for a bit, and somebody else was for a bit, and then it was just they made The Hangover just be like, okay, you're the boss now.
But where James Gandolfini fucked up is he shouldn't have died, because he because
you make a good...
I would have just liked to see him make more movies because The Sopranos is fine. I'd like to see him make more movies.
What I
got to
point out that's very funny, I think, over the past couple months of this podcast, you talked about watching The Sopranos, and every time you say it's okay, it's not that good.
But I watch it all the time.
You watch it all the time, and you listen to podcasts about it. It's fine. Well, but I totally get that.
Yeah, but I think. For some reason it's comforting for me to watch, and I don't know why. I don't know. And I go through periods. And let me also backtrack and say that I've been very much I've been pretty much solely in the house. And barely left for 2 years because
what else are you going to watch? CSI?
And so I've watched everything. So now I'm at the point where when I watch stuff, I'm not even really watching it to watch it.
You're just watching it to have watched it.
Yeah. When I put The Sopranos on, I'm like, oh, I'm the smartest guy in this room because I'm just filled with all these fucking idiots. And it is an entertaining show.
Sure. And they do have street smarts.
Yeah. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, wait a minute, maybe this is a good show. But
I think it's a good show.
It is, but I think this thing keeps glitching. That's weird.
Yeah,
that happened last time.
Oh, we didn't get the... Okay, wait. Last time we agreed that we're gonna seriously consider removing the box.
We were gonna make a mental note to get rid of the boxes, but I definitely see that yours is over. Oh, you know what? I got rid of mine. It's actually in this box over here. Let me go grab it.
Well, okay. I don't know if you need to grab it, but so while he's grabbing a box, I'm going to talk about John Polito, who's showed up in. Let me think if I can just rip it off the top of my head. I think he's in 4 Coen pictures. He's in
Miller's Crossing.
He's in Miller's Crossing. He's in Barton Fink.
He's in Barton Fink.
He's in
this.
He's in HUD.
Sucker Proxy. Yep.
Musburger. Yeah. No more magazines. Musburger. And then he's in this where he's like, happy day, friend. Wish I could be turning away business.
In your ear, mister.
I really like doing a John Polito impression.
Who's the other guy? Is his name Michael something? The other guy who
Michael Balladuccio.
Who's in your ear, mister.
Yeah, because he's also in Oh Brother, where he pulls up and he goes, which way to Ada Bina? I'm George Nelson. Yeah, and he rides Garibaldi.
That's Babyface Nelson.
I watched that again recently, and it's, I think that might be, Lady Killers is obviously their low point.
Yeah.
But I think Oh Brother is sort of just a little too...
much.
Too much. It's like right when they were
Like, a little too much, guys.
Yeah, we get it. You guys have cute sayings that people can say. I get it.
Yeah,
but
and, man, wasn't it annoying? Like how fucking big that soundtrack got to. Like, were you annoyed by that? Good soundtrack.
So I
though.
do like the like I mentioned in the last episode. I just watched the documentary about the music.
Yeah,
I mean it's a good one. As its own movie. It's directed by Da Pennebaker, which Da knows how to da a movie.
Da means yes.
Yeah, it means Yes Pennebaker, who directed that movie about Bob Dylan being a dickhead.
Yeah, and, Don't Go Back.
And some others.
What are we gonna call this movie? Don't Go Back.
So tell me about your filmography. Oh well, I've directed a movie about Bob Dylan being a dickhead and some others.
Among others, my Bob Dylan dickhead project was close to my heart.
And despite being a very big Bob Dylan fan, I've never seen that movie.
Yeah, I've seen parts of it. Isn't there that one part where him and John Lennon are riding around in a limo, or is that from something else?
I believe that's from. It's fun. I'm as you guys may know from this podcast, I'm the kind of guy who sometimes just hasn't watched stuff and won't watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't watched a thing yet, I mean. Just don't
watch it.
There's a window. There's a window for watching, and if you miss the window, you don't watch it.
And I always sit down and just watch something I've already seen before, like The Man Who Wasn't There. Oh, I have that kind of razor. Yeah. I only use it on my neck. Are you still not shaving your neck?
No, I shaved it because we had to go to virtual court for a car accident, and I was like, do I want to look crazy? And then the lawyer was like, I don't know, maybe you shouldn't look crazy.
Yeah, no, you should shave your
neck. But then I
for
acted crazy, which was fucking great.
Because the more you can see. The less you know.
I can talk about this now because
if they could see more of your neck.
I could talk about this now because the case is settled. But man, I fucking put best feeling in the world. The guy the lawyer who was our enemy was the lawyer from the insurance
from
department.
The show The Practice.
He might have been on that show Practice and how to be a lawyer, but by judging by what he did lawyer wise, I would say he needs a lot more practice. Motherfucker.
Boy, that was a sick burn.
I don't hold lawyers in high regard mostly,
esteem neither.
Nor esteem, and especially if you work for an insurance company, like your blood should just be set on fire all the time. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, anyway, but then they would have to pay out for that.
No, because they'd be too on fire to pay out. No, they would get paid. Yeah, okay. I see.
They'd have to pay themselves out, which maybe they do like paying themselves out.
But anyway, I'm doing a lot of. I'm just saying too many words here, but I completely shut a lawyer down who was trying to catch me in some shit, and I'm like, no, you got it wrong, buddy. Let me show you how it is, you fucking idiot. And it just felt he was doing the scramble with his paper. Are you sure?
Let me speak to.
He was trying to tell me the Pope came to Philadelphia in 2019 because he was like, well, you guys went on vacation, and you said, and why'd you go on vacation if you were injured? And I'm like, bro, that was before the accident, motherfucker.
Those kind of questions are always funny too, because it's because I was able to.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you think we're not gonna
so you were feeling sick on Monday, yet on Tuesday you drink a beer. Well. Yeah, sometimes
you were in a car accident, but then you went back to work the next day. I'm like, there's this thing called I am poor and I need fucking money, man.
So anyway, speaking of money, John Polito is trying to talk Robert William Thornton into a money opportunity.
I think he's also trying to talk him into sucking him off, but that's a whole other thing.
He doesn't really try to talk him into that. Yeah. He just sort of he's doing it right now. He uncorks his shirt a little bit.
His nice belly mountain.
He's just he's like dry cleaning. That wasn't a really good Polito.
No.
Rough one.
Dry cleaning.
No.
Dry cleaning.
No water. It's easier to do his voice when you're doing the big phrases like "Happy day, friend," or
you're way out of line, mister. That's way out of line.
I'm sick of you, Leo, and I'm sick of getting the hi-hat.
Hi-hat.
He gets the hi-hat good, and oh man, he fucks up J.E. Freeman's face real good in that movie.
He got hi-hatted all the way to death a couple of years ago.
He
Rest
did.
in peace, John Polito.
Yeah.
Hope you're up there on a cloud right now, just giving the hi-hat to all of us because you are higher than us.
Doing scenes from Blank Man.
Yeah.
Which I never saw. I saw part of,
That's
but I
a
know he's in
movie
it.
about a superhero called Blank Guy.
Yeah, it's got a Wayans brother in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's enough said about Blank Man.
I wonder if anyone ever called them the Wang brothers. Not to like make fun of them, but just because of I assume they have some nice wangs. Those Waynes.
I don't know anything about their wangs. Who's your favorite Wayne? I'm gonna go with Sean.
Is that
Marlon.
SW1?
Yeah. Marlon. I think Marlon.
I think
might...
Marlon is the one who has made me laugh the most in life.
Sure.
Like he's got that great line in Get Baked where he's like, "You in here for some motherfucking weed?" Like
I never saw Get Baked.
Oh, Get Baked is great.
Yeah.
Here's what you got to do. Get baked. Oh shit! Oh, the box.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna see what happens when you stick your pinky in. Stick your fucking pinky in that fucking box, man. Damn. Feels kind of good. You're getting there, man. It's just look at that. This is what Here we go. Here we go.
This is us. Ramblers. Hey guys, we're us. You're not us, so don't even worry about it. Hey Wally, can I ask you a question?
Shoot the goof.
Okay, so like, here's a thing I just gotta ask about. Like,
Shoot it.
Fucking like birds.
Yeah.
Like. Really?
Oh, is someone trying to tell you that there's birds?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Give me a break.
Okay, buddy. Like fucking birds?
Really?
Like that's what you're telling me about? Like, really?
Is that your final answer? I mean,
is that your like final answer?
okay, so it's. You're telling me I go outside right now, I look up in the sky, and I'm going to see birds. That's what you're telling me. You sure you want to stick with that, pal?
Well, here's what the guy thinks he's telling me. He thinks that if there's a thing in the sky, well, okay, that's a bird, right? And I'm like, really?
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
and I'm like, okay, that's one of two things, idiot. It's a plane or a bug. And like like a bird? Are you fucking kidding me?
Counterpoint, what if a bird is a bug?
Well,
and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's just but there's still a bug though. It's not a bird if it is a bug.
Like,
you just said that.
It's like, buddy, do you even have the time to goof and know what a bug is? Because we're the Wamblers and we are your favorite band, and we know what a bug is, and you're telling me about birds, really?
Yeah. I mean,
like what?
Like I was out last night at this place, right? And this fucker came up to me and he was talking about like birds, and I'm like, give me a goddamn break. So you're telling me if I go outside right now, I'm gonna see a bird? And he's like, well, they don't come out at night. I'm like, oh, very convenient for you. Like, yeah, right, birds. Give me a break. You are a QAnon.
So like, you're telling me if I go outside and I look up, that's a bird, but then at night I look up and that's not a bird? Well, what is it at night then, buddy?
Like,
think me that.
Where'd they go?
Think me
Where'd
of
they
it.
go? I mean, you know.
What, do they go to their bird caves made out of like extra bird stuff?
It's like this
things?
movie. It's like this movie that we watched. It's called The Man Who Wasn't There. And then what happens as soon as you watch the movie? He's there. He's there the whole movie.
And I don't think this movie even has a bird in it, but there is. Oh, wait. Oh, because at the end of the movie, he looks up and sees a thing in the sky. Is that a bird?
No, that was a bug.
Oh, right, because, like, fucking, it's night.
Yeah.
Right.
what I like about this movie is like the guy. It's like you can hear his brain the whole time, and I like that because it's realistic. Because I hear my brain saying stuff all the time, and sometimes my mouth isn't moving, but it's still saying stuff, and that makes like a good movie.
And I like the part where there's a guy who comes to go to court, and this guy is like, instead of going to court, I just want to have a lot of snacks, and I want you to buy me snacks and things, because I like those snacks.
And it's a fact, nobody likes lawyers, no way. And it's because you hire them to get you out of jail, and then when you pay them money, they just use it to buy snacks.
And we've gone to jail, and let me tell you, not great snacks, okay?
Yeah.
And this guy's like, listen, I can probably go to court and tell your wife not to go to jail, but first we're gonna need more snacks. And then the person from the snack store comes by, and he's like, yeah, and bring me some more pork chops, which is a kind of snack or thing.
Yeah, a thing can be a snack if you eat it as a snack, but if you don't, then it is still just a thing.
Some things are just sauce, which is a snack. It's not a bird. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So if this guy tries to tell me what it is, I'll be like, whoa, buddy. Back up for the first fucking time.
Yeah, man. And for the birds.
Wait, something's happening with my leg in this fucking box again.
Why is my body disappearing every time I hear this sound?
Oh, crap! Holy crap! Oh, baby, this is
Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna make another mental note. Remember to remember your mental note from last week this week.
And don't bother with a physical note. Just like let's make a mental note to remember that we were going to consider getting those boxes out of here because we.
Like when it comes to notes, let's not get it physical. Sorry, Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, I see what happened there.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's something
dead.
we should consider getting those boxes out of here.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that we should consider in life, but do we always?
Well, here's the thing. You know how sometimes you smoke dope and then you're just a big time fucking doper for the rest of your life because you're addicted to dope?
You know
I feel like maybe we're getting addicted to sticking our fingers in this box.
Yeah, but I quit drinking.
That's a good point. Here's to your fucking cherries.
I had a glass of champagne on New Year's Eve. Okay. No, I actually did. You know what it made me want to do? Fucking go to sleep.
Yeah, it'll do that. And for me these days, it'll clog up your ear. That's neat.
Yeah. Well,
neat
did
thing
you
that happened.
Did you drink it through your ear or your mouth?
Oh, my ear, of course. I mean,
That's the best way to
How
go.
do
You get so much more fucked up that way.
You guys
7%
do it.
higher.
That's the way I do it, baby.
Oh, this is a great scene in The Man Who Wasn't There. This is the picnic scene.
Yeah.
Big Italian family. Michael Ludovici. Is that his name?
That's his name.
Hold on. Is that someone? Oh, no. There's a Chris. That's going to Chris L. No. C. Ludovici.
Yeah.
Isn't that someone who you used to work with?
Yeah. And I know a Ludovici.
What's up, Chris?
Rob's wife, her name was Ludovico.
That's right.
I don't believe it is anymore. I think she spaced it up.
Ah, yeah. Look at that. That's romantic. Nice. Yeah. So this movie, Man Who Wasn't There, it's rare to see a black and white movie, but the Coen brothers have gotten away with that a couple of times now.
Yeah, and both times they do it. Frances McDormand kills herself.
Yeah. Shit. I wonder.
I mean, spoiler for this play that was written 500 years ago.
What if? And now, what a great way to end her life.
Kill herself in a movie.
They should do like one more black and white movie. I'm saying in like 20 years
when she's ready to go.
When she's ready to go, because I believe, I'm not a suicide shamer. If you want to go, and if it's that important to you, I would suggest maybe thinking about those who care about you.
Yeah, it's a tough call, but
especially
that's your choice.
Like if I get past 80, like there's a pretty good chance I'm just gonna kill myself any given day because it's like you're old and you just had enough already. already, you know, and that's
Not
fine.
me, man. I'm going to 200.
Yeah, and that's cool too. But I'm saying like we should really fucking ease up a little bit on the suicide shaming.
Yeah,
you know?
and it's such a weird kind of shaming too, because it's like, hey, well,
they
I'm not going to get
chose-
into
yeah,
it
they
too
chose
much,
this man. But anyway, that's besides the point. What should happen is whenever Frances McDormand is ready to go, they should make one more movie and then make it like a basic snuff film.
yeah, I guess
Because they haven't really done a snuff
Yeah,
film
that's
yet.
true. They've done a lot of genres. They have not yet done a snuff film.
But it would be, it wouldn't be, like, it would be her choice. I'm not saying you have to do this, Frances McDormand. It's your choice if you want to make a snuff film.
This
as your
just
last
reminds
film.
me. I had this one teacher in college who was like one
Johnny
of,
Snuff?
a different person. She was one of my favorite teachers I ever had. But one time during class, she mentioned snuff films, and she like sort of gave the impression that she thought that was a thing that like all American like men and boys have like it's like a rite of passage, like seeing a snuff movie. And I was like, no, I haven't watched a snuff. I mean, I never watched like those like Faces of Death or anything. But
Yeah,
like,
but that's fake, isn't it? Aren't those fake?
I don't know. I saw part of one of them, and it's like, you know, like military footage of people getting shot and
Okay,
stuff,
yeah,
or like some
yeah.
executions.
Yeah,
But,
not
like,
my steez.
But I'm just like, I was like, really? You thought that's just a thing that, like, when you're 13, you watch somebody being murdered on film? Like, I'm like, no, I don't know. I didn't
no.
do
I mean,
that.
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
sure some
like-
people we went to high school with did that.
Yeah. I don't know. We were pretty lucky, being that like we grew up in a real oaf area, but our parents were not oafs. But most of our friends were pretty oafy. Not to say there were some non-oafs, but it was basically oaf central. Like
Yeah,
it
but
was,
gotta say, compared to the rest of Pennsylvania,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not very oaf compared to.
But I'm saying like we weren't really around. We didn't really have friends. At least I didn't until I was more like teenager, whereas like, oh, I can actually like be myself around these
Yeah.
people. You kind of had to be as oaf. You kind of had to oaf
You
yourself
had to off
up
for a bit,
just to like.
But then when you're like a teenager, you can start hanging out with the fucking punkers.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, but when
you know.
like I never. It was funny, even though I was into sports and stuff when I was a kid. Like I always prefer, and I still like mostly prefer women. I feel more comfortable around women or feminine type of people or of whatever. I just like I've never
Being
been.
an oaf
I've never
is
been
just
a big
kind of oaf move.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a
it's
big like dude, like hanging with the bros guys until I got really into booze, and booze brought that out. In
Yeah,
me
I mean, dude's
sometimes,
night is cool.
Yeah, dude's night's awesome, but I mean,
Dude's
like,
night isn't really oafy.
No,
I mean,
it's not
it sort of
at all.
is.
I mean, we oaf up a little bit, but we ironically oaf, I think.
Yeah,
and you know, it's just like, man, you ever been around people who just like bust balls all the time and
Yeah,
stuff?
and it's just like, oh, why do you like this, guys?
It's
Do
just,
you like this?
Because that's what I grew up with. Like, I was always
Right.
I was always the guy in the group who would get his balls busted
this
all the time.
fucking ball bust over here.
And,
Look at this
and
little kid.
honestly, all it did was make me really self-conscious and hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's
all
like a
the
thing.
time.
It's like
Yeah,
you're sort of
right.
raised
Yeah,
to
yeah.
hurt people's
Yeah,
feelings.
but with a lot of oafy type dudes, that's just like, this is what we do. And
look
I'm
at
like,
this little kid over here.
but it is fun to bust balls like sometimes.
Sure,
but,
sometimes.
But I would say a ball busting should be done by a person less than 5 times in a year.
Yeah, and when it happens,
Make it special.
It's got to be a what does Julianne Moore call sex in Lebowski? A zesty,
A zesty enterprise.
It has to
Yeah.
like ball busting. If you're going to do it, it needs to be a zesty
Yeah.
enterprise.
Yeah,
Like
I just-
let's, guys, you know what? Don't take it personally. I'm going to get a little zesty
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
You know, like a celebrity roast without celebrities.
Exactly.
Which I guess is just a roast.
Yeah. There's just a lot of like desperately clinging on to like a world that really should be gone.
You know,
like oaf world should be gone.
A lot
It
of
just should
dudes
be.
just like need to assert their dominance. They're like, hey, if I'm going to live among the oafs, I want to be top oaf.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
I guess
you know,
so.
I guess I can, you know, in that context, I'm like, I think I get why you want to be an oaf, but you don't need to be an oaf.
Yeah, but speaking of oafs, Tony Soprano gets really mad at the man who wasn't there about something
Because he's
And-
there, probably.
Yeah, because he's there, and he's like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be here. Where's my spaghetti? I'm Italian. I can say that.
No, I found out recently that we're not really that Italian.
Yeah,
so
but
we're just
Scrignoli.
racist. Yeah.
Our mom's name's Scrignoli.
Yeah, I think we're more, which I'm really happy about this because I feel like it's a cool kind of. I think we got a lot of Finnish. I think we got a lot of Finn.
Interesting.
Yeah, like we're from. We've got some
that's
family
interesting
from
because
Finland.
I'm not good at finishing things at all.
Yeah, me either.
Like I start them. If you would have said we're from Startseas, I'd be like, yeah,
that's
we're
true.
totally from Startseas.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Yeah, and this has been a podcast about the movie The Ultimate United Givers of Themes. And
That's a
it's-
good movie.
Yeah, it is a great movie. It's probably going to come. I'm sure at some point during this lifelong pandemic, we will just make a movie about ourselves. Yeah, fan. We've already made a fan podcast for
People
a band.
need to know.
For a band that has no fans, and now we're going to make a fan movie for a band that has no fans. But we like our band, so that's pretty good.
That's kind of our sort of thing, though. Like
It really is.
Like
Just self-referential.
previous movies we've made involve a sequel to a movie that was never made.
true.
We're like, for some reason,
People will get it.
we decided, you know what? Let's just make the sequel first, and everything will be referencing
and that
what
movie's
happens
called
in the
Robot
first
Pizza
one.
Butler. You can see that on YouTube. It's called
Yeah,
Robot
there's-
Pizza Butler.
There's
And
no
if you wanna-
indication of what the plot is supposed to be, but we all know it.
If you want, you could like write to us and we could tell you what the plot of the first movie was that this is a sequel to.
Yeah, I mean, I could
But,
probably even scan some pages from
But
the script.
honestly, it was a kind of a George Lucas move because he
Yeah, he was like, you know what?
Because he
What
was
if
like,
we
wait a
start with
second,
chapter
we're going to start
4?
with 4, 5, 6 because the universe is way messed up by then and it's not all nice and shiny like it was when Watto was around.
So,
like,
question, because you're I would say an expert in these matters.
yes.
So the Old Republic, is that something Lucas like had sort of already had in his mind way back when, or was that something that sort of came about later? Like hey, let's think about what happened before all this.
Definitely. Well, there in the Star Wars novel that came out actually before A New Hope came out in '76.
Oh, weird.
There's a prologue that basically tells the story of the prequels. It doesn't go into details like about Watto or anything important.
But I mean, even before that, like Old Republic, like the history of.
yeah, he talks about that there was an Old Republic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Like,
that's all I needed
I mean,
to know.
the phrase "Old Republic," it was like this was the Old Republic, and this is how it was. And for, like,
KOTOR,
and for like
right?
for like 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights like kept peace in the galaxy, and then all of a sudden, this Watto guy comes around, and they're all just like.
It just
"Whoa,
takes one
we
roll
gotta-
of a
we
chance
got, We
cube."
got to step up our game because this guy's a chance cube, and like if he rolls that thing, what are our chances?
And if we lose, he has already bet heavy on Sebulba.
Yeah, and Sebulba wins every time. I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to look it up, but
Yeah.
case closed,
Yeah, so-
obviously.
Anyway, this has been a great podcast, and you guys were very privileged to listen to this today. You got to learn a lot about the man who wasn't there.
Yeah, thank
you got
your
to
lucky
learn
stars.
a lot
Thank your
about
lu-
Francis
here's to your
McDormand's
fucking
future
cherries.
plans. So here's to your cherries. Check out TUUGOF.com for all of your themes needs. You can follow us on Instagram, and I think there's a Facebook and a TikTok and a YouTube. We could use some more YouTube subscribers because I found out that if you get enough, they actually start paying you money.
We're not on Friendster.
So you guys
Maybe we are.
you can subscribe, and I don't even give a damn if you watch, but I would like some money, please. So please tell 1,000 other people to subscribe to our YouTube channel, all right? Thanks.